Good morning, everyone. This is the Jess Strom Show. It is Tuesday, January 28th, and we have on today some lovely ladies from the senior class. Four of you guys are coming on two at a time, but first and foremost, we have Miss Ayanna Williams, Miss Alicia Harris. For those viewers out there that don't know you, and make sure you use that microphone because I know we got the handhelds today. Bringing it back. Yanni, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell the viewers out there your name, where you're from, and your major.
All right. I'm Ayanna Williams. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm a senior. Majoring in psychology.
Psychology. Lise, why don't you tell the viewers who you are, where you're from, and your major?
My name's Alicia Harris. I'm from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and I'm majoring in health science.
Look at you. Well, ladies, welcome. Been here for a while. Both have unique experiences, not the same path that other seniors might have. Been some places, seen some faces, came to Cal U. Tell us, Yanni, a little bit about your experience and how you ended up here at your final year here at Cal U.
Finished my 4 years at AB, Aldous and Broadus, then went to the portal. I made it feel like home, so came here. Winning team, chasing things. So
this is where you are.
Yeah.
And Lise, what about you? Your experience?
So I transferred my second year. Obviously, because of COVID, we didn't get to play our first year. So my first year playing, I transferred after. It really wasn't working out. Entered the portal, reached out, and yeah.
And here you are.
I am.
And let's talk about the years that you've had here. Obviously. Can't believe that this is your guys' last year. It's wild. Each year that goes by, I think as coaches, we see, where you started and where you are now. How would you describe your experience so far here at Cal, Lise?
I think that Cal has shaped me as a woman. It's taught me so much. I'll cry. But like leadership, family, discipline.
Yeah, just putting it all together. So meaningful. And Yanni, for you, tell us about your experience here.
I would say the same, like just having family and like Cal has done a lot for me and bringing back the love for basketball. So I feel like I grow my game and like confidence and like wanting to score. I've always wanted to score, but
you were always a scorer. No, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted.
It's different, like being able to play in the system and score whenever, like versus AB, I had to score, so it wasn't always fun doing it. So it's been something.
Yep. And as you think about your, what you're leaving behind, and how you want to go out. What is basically some of the things maybe like that you would want people to say, like when we look back 10, 20 years from now, what are some things that you hope that people say about your time here? And you could use the mic. Sometimes it's falling to the side.
I would say, I don't know, like me just being goofy all over the place and like having grit, wanting to win, being a trash talker. So, yeah.
You do talk a little bit. Talk in practice, talk a little bit in games. You are one to do that. But, I think that you should be to say, too, about the teammate that you are. I think a lot of people would say that about how you are typically always happy.
Yeah.
You are one of the biggest cheerleaders that I've seen, even in drills. Like even last week, Maya hit a shot in practice, and you were like, Maya Morgan, out of nowhere. And I think people would applaud that.
Yeah.
I think people on the squad would be like, you know what, man, Yanni is a really, really great teammate. So all that things you said behind, I know that we will jump on that too. So I think that says a lot about you and who you are. Lee, same with you. What do you want? What did you want people to say about you that you left here at Cal U?
That I was insane. No, just more so that I gave my best always, and I led, and I was really good at defense too.
You know what? And I think that no one will ever be able to say, you know what, Lise doesn't come to the gym every day or to games to work hard and give it her all. I would think that everybody would say in terms of work ethic, top notch, through and through. I don't remember a time that you step on the court where it wasn't 100% full go. So, I mean, I think a lot of people would say a lot of great things about you guys. So, what are you, as we talk about the season, obviously it's been a little bit of an up and down year, which, happens. Where do you hope, where do you think we were, and where do you think we are now, and what do you hope that comes out of this year, expectations?
You want to go?
No, you can start.
Where we were, where we are,
Okay.
and, where we want to go.
Okay, so initially I thought we started the season off pretty strong.
2 sharp games.
Yes.
West Liberty, Wheeling, started off the conference challenge with a bang.
Right. I think that we hit some adversity and kind of went up and down, inconsistent as a team. Really trying to figure each other out, figure out how to play with each other still. And I feel like now we're definitely at a place where there's a lot more trust, there's a lot more community, there's a lot more communication. Players are stepping up, bench players are stepping up, freshmen are stepping up. So I feel like now we have put the pieces together to be successful.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a little bit more. I think that each year you have a squad, everyone just thinks it's going to be like the last. And it's really not. You add pieces, positions change, new people come in, everything's joined. And so it takes some time. And I would agree with you that we are finally hitting our stride of where, we think we should be. Yanni, for you?
Same thing. I think we started strong. Then, we thought we were strong in places that we actually weren't. So then we went on a
smoke
run.
and mirrors.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we were trying to go on a run, trying to figure out the pieces what we needed, and I think we got it down now. We just have to come through at the end. So I think we're gonna go on a run, and it's gonna be a good, nice, fun run. So going into playoffs.
Well, and that's the joyous part about I think playing basketball and playing in any sport for that matter is the opportunity to compete and get it back. At this point, no one is out of the race. I feel like, obviously we have Seton Hill at the top, and then there is a bulk of teams right there at the 2 spot. And from there, it's on. And so for me, and I don't know your thoughts on this, maybe you can speak about it, the opportunity that we have. We're playing IUP on Wednesday. Obviously, a big PSAC rival has always been. I feel like we've had those PSAC rivals. I think we always go neck and neck. They're ahead of us in the standings, and just the sense of urgency that we have. But after that, we go right in the second round of playing people twice. So I think that's a huge opportunity. Does anybody want to speak to that and, just how excited maybe you are?
It's very exciting. I really don't think there's a team that could beat us. So going into the second round, just step on some necks and get some wins and get to the playoffs strong. So
basically the mentality is just go. And then at this point, we have nothing to lose. I mean, there is nothing to lose. Obviously there is something to lose games, but we are in a position where we're fighting, scratch and clawing. What is that sense of urgency for you, Alicia? How do you approach that day by day, knowing that we got to rack up wins to get in the PSAC tournament?
So, like you said, people with nothing to lose are the toughest components. So it's it's our senior year. We're never going to be doing it again. So we just give everything we have, and everything that we have will work.
Yeah. And what is that for you all as we finish up the interview here? The finality of the end of your basketball career. I mean, it's weird. I mean, you've probably been playing for such a huge portion of your life. There are parts of it where you probably identify. I mean, people don't understand sometimes that obviously you guys are so much more than women's basketball players. There's so much to you academically, what you want in your future, your family, your friends, where you come from, your background, and all those wonderful things about you. But let's be honest, you're a college basketball player, which is so time consuming, tough, hard, there's sacrifices, and it becomes a big part of your identity. What is it like as you think about, playing your last games, as an athlete for your sport that you so much very love?
I think that it's just a surreal feeling. It's kind of like watching your whole life before your eyes. So it's a happy thing, but it's also very sad.
Yeah, because you probably you won't get to have this opportunity with each other ever again with the people that are here. But like you said, you guys are on to really cool opportunities. And and for people that don't know, why don't you explain, like, what, even if you don't have a plan in mind, but future plans or something that you want to be or something that you want to do, how you want to impact the world, what is that you want to look for? Like, what do you want to be and do with your future?
It's not what I want to be, it's what I'm going to be.
Manifest that. Put that out there. I love that.
A physician assistant. I love people, older, younger. I love helping people, and I'm pretty smart also. So.
Well, clearly you've had great awards academically and athletically. But yeah, I think that you'll really, really excel in that field. Yanni, what do you want to do?
I'm kind of going back and forth between the sports industry and being a psychologist. So
helping people too.
Yeah, it's fun, like just working and seeing how people think. It's kind of my thing. So, and then sports too. So I could do a lot over there.
Hey, maybe sports psych. Put the two together. That'd be pretty amazing. So, bright future ahead for these two. That's the first half of the Jess Strom Show. We will be back with two other seniors, Sierra Bermudez and Talia Gilliard-Jackson.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC digital network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
And welcome back to the second half of the Jess Strom Show with two other amazing seniors. Senior Talia Gilliard-Jackson, Senior Sierra Bermudez. For some reason, I can't speak right now in the second segment. But for the people that don't know you, the Vulcan Nation that's out there, why don't you, again, introduce yourselves? I'm sure, like I said, I think some people that are watching know everybody here. But let's, for the people that don't know, introduce yourself, where you're from, and your major.
My name's Sierra. I'm from Philadelphia, and my major is sports management.
Sport management.
I'm Talia. I'm from Mechanicsburg, PA, and my major is criminal justice.
All right, both PA people in the house, Pennsylvania represented, Philly, Mechanicsburg, Wilkes-Barre in the senior class. We have Yanni, the loner, and from Ohio. I obviously, as a Steeler fan, that hurts my. Unfortunately, as a Steeler fan, that hurts my heart, but she does represent Ohio really, really well. And but PA in the house. So, Talia, let's talk about you. Your journey is a little different. The truest senior out of them all. 4-year career here at Cal U. Recruited you during COVID, which was so wild. I think about doing Zoom calls, watching your games played online with no one in the stands. Crazy time. But why don't you talk a little bit about your 4 years and just how your experience was and how you think it's gone and where you are now.
I think my experience here, I think it's been like a journey. Like I think I've grown a lot from my freshman year to now. I learned a lot on and off the court about myself and about life in general. And I feel like now I'm a young adult, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so weird to see you all in this light. Like, I feel like it's literally been just last year, but I mean, you really are adults going into the real world, and obviously super excited about that, but super sad to miss you all. Sierra, talk about your journey. You're a transfer from the Penn West affiliates. So talk about your journey and where you were, and how you fit into Cal U and become a part of the squad.
So I started off at Clarion my freshman and sophomore year, and then I transferred to Cal my junior and senior year. At Clarion, it was like a really like up and down. Like we weren't winning, but like I was doing good like individually, but I wanted more. And like coming to Cal, like they just won the PSAC, and like I just wanted to win, and like that's just like what I wanted. I wanted to like ring chase and get a championship. So it like shaped me to like who I am now. Like it taught me a lot of discipline. Like in Clarion, like I could do what I wanted, and now it's like I'm on a strict string, and like I have to like really be focused and like see the end goal.
Yep, for sure. And, talk about right now, the both of you, the same kind of question about, where we started, where we are now, and where you hope to go with this season. Obviously, the start was great, had a little bit of, ups and downs in the middle, but here we are now feeling pretty good, like, about, our growth throughout the year. Why don't you speak a little bit to that about, like I said, where we were, where we are, and where you think we're going to be?
In the beginning of the season, like everyone said, like we started off strong and then we hit like, adversity. And like I feel like everyone like individually was like trying to like find answers like within themselves. And I feel like now like everyone is like in the spot that they need to be in, like the role that they want. And I feel like everyone's embracing like what they like where they are now. And I think now that like everyone figured out like who we are individually, we're coming together as a team, and I think like now we're like on the up road. Like even though we may have lost last game to Edinburgh, like I feel like we played all 4 quarters really well. Like I think we strived, we played hard, we communicated, and I think like we're just on an up grow like right now. And I think
Sky's the limit.
yeah,
baby.
and I think people like we look at a record and it's like you'd think that we're not that like we're average, but really we're not. And I think now we see that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. And for Talia, to piggyback that answer, tell us your thoughts.
Like everyone said, I think we started this season off really well with like our scrimmages in our first 2 games. And then I think we hit some adversity. And I think that like after that little losing streak, I think we all came together and like realized that like we wanted our season to go different. And I feel like everyone kind of came together and figured out what they were good at, and they really worked on that, and they do that really well. And I think we're just all on the same page, and everybody's performing really well.
Yep. And big game coming up here on Wednesday versus IUP. Watching film and preparation. And, tell us a little bit about maybe your preparation for a game and maybe how it's changed from the time you've been younger and to now that you've grown. Like to get a different question in, talk about like how you prepare for a game and maybe, like I said, how it was different from the time you were a freshman. Did you even know, like, do you even know what's going on as a freshman? Like, let's be honest, like, yes, but do you know all the ins and outs?
I did know what was going on as a freshman. I mean, I didn't know like the severity of like really needing to know. But I feel like back then I would like think about the game like a lot and like stress about it, and like now like I don't stress about it. I just go into each game like it's another game.
But it's basically, if you really think about it, what does stressing actually do? Because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, and at the end of the game, it's your preparation and practice and then how you perform in the game. There's nothing else that you can do.
Right.
And for UC, how do you prepare? Maybe from the time you were different, like what, like do you, film, practice, how you view it, is it different from the time you were younger, different from the time you got here? Like, what are the differences?
So like my freshman and sophomore year, like I was just going in and I was just playing. Like I had really nothing to lose. Like I just went out there and played. Now it's like you have to be more like, I have to be more disciplined about like what I eat, what I do, like, and like just for like energy wise, because like I gotta put it all out there. But like now I feel like I'm more engaged into like film and like watching other opponents and like just doing like the other stuff that I never did before. But I also realized like it's helped me because before I never watched like film. Even at Clarion, like we never watched film. So like now it's like you watch film and like you can see like it actually made my IQ like better in a way.
Yeah, for sure. And as you think about the end of your careers, I asked Yanni and Lise this, what is it you want people to say about you 10, 20 years from now here at Cal? Like, what is something that you hope that you've left behind here? Quote unquote, a legacy that, people would say.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm really like kind of quiet, so I don't make like a huge impact like vocally like on the court. But like maybe that like I was a good teammate and like, like the stuff. Like I was there for people, and I could shoot the ball, but
Yeah.
you know.
Good that
Yeah.
you were a listener.
Yeah.
That you were there for people in a time of need. I mean, I think that I've seen that, take place. That, and let's be honest, your IQ, passing ability, scoring ability, it is second to none in terms of being a threat out there. Like people have to play you. You spread the floor out. I think that, in terms of respecting you on the floor, you just have to when you're out there. Yeah. Tal, for you.
I just want people to think, when they think of me, like, that's just I worked hard. And I gave my all, like, every day, so.
Well, if people don't think that you play hard in games, they're out of their minds. In fact, I actually think at the Edinboro, after the first half, I said, I don't know if she could possibly work any harder than that in terms of denying the basketball, being all over the place. You and Lise up top, man, just like causing havoc and putting energy. And people don't realize that, man, how much energy you have to put out there to be able to guard the ball 90 feet on the court. So, I mean, I can't imagine. And I think one thing that I think people would say too, Tal, just to back up from the coaching perspective, is like that you were here and loyal for 4 years. Like you stuck with the program and are reaping the benefits and showed up big time when we need it. So I think that's really awesome. And for people that don't know, future plans, guys, what are you hoping to become? What are you thinking about? Even if you don't know, like some things maybe you don't want to do. What do you want to do when you get out of here?
So right now, with my major, I think I would want to go into like the criminal justice field. I'm really looking into like maybe going to the FBI Academy and going into there.
Love that.
And seeing that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure like what I want to do with like my career yet. Like I don't know if I want to go into coaching or if I want to stay and like work with sports teams and be like social media. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. But like anything, I just want to be involved in sports and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always, hey, you do what you love and love what you do. And I think that's a big message for everybody. So there you go, Tal and C. Final year, same with Alicia and Yanni. That wraps up the second half of the Jess Strom Show. Even though she doesn't want to come on, she will be up, the main lady, Jess Strom, next in our last segment of the show.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to the third half now, I guess.
That would be one-third.
One-third, me and my mascot.
Periods, like hockey.
Yeah.
The third period.
The third period.
Yeah.
We're definitely not going to OT because we don't have time for that today. Got a lot to do, got a lot to prepare for. But welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. Jess, I'll tell you what, twinning today, red sweatshirts, black pants.
That means we're on the same page. So
same page. Let's hope.
Good week.
We've been coaching together for a long time. If we're not on the same page, that we have more problems than we think.
True.
Look, honestly, if we're not on the same page and know what we want to do, woo, Nelly, we got a lot more to fix than that. That's for sure, than the outfit.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what's it like to coach for someone for 10 years? I mean, that has to be odd. That doesn't seem really normal that most people, a lot of assistants are typically in and out. I feel like in your coaching career, you've had very few people in and out of your program. I guess that says a lot about you.
Well, I just feel like we're unique in a lot of ways, like our staff. I feel like, Kelly's been here a long time. Obviously, she's in a different role, but still comes around when she can. And obviously, I feel like it's been longer than 10 years that you've been here, though. So
it's 10 years.
No. 10 years is a national championship, so it was a year before that.
Oh,
for sure.
11 years.
11 years.
You know me and my math. Three kinds of people in this world. Those that can count and those that can't count.
Yep. But I feel like we have a unique situation where, like, you're right, a lot of assistants aspire to be head coaches, and, you know, they use this as, like, learning experience where you've already done all of that. So it's like,
I just love it.
Yeah, like for us, I don't feel like it's like head coach assistants. I feel like we all do a lot.
Well, there's
of everything.
Yeah,
you know,
there's no job too big or too small. I really appreciate that from you, honestly. If it comes from just like, let's talk, like, forget about like our friendship and the fact that we've been, you know, friends and coworkers. But I really applaud that on your side for the people out there. There is no job that's too big or for Jess or, you know, for anyone. It's not like you say, hey, here's these jobs. Like, whatever needs done, we all just do.
Yeah.
I love that about our staff, for anybody on our staff.
Yeah,
you know,
like whatever needs done, we just do. Whatever it is,
Yep.
you know. But it's very nice because, like, we know, like, we don't have job duties.
Defined roles.
Yeah, like, we just know, like, you do this, I do that, and we just
go about our day and try to get it done.
It's easy that way. But I also, like, we have a lot of fun.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't imagine doing this job and, like, not having someone that would be fun to do it with, because it's a lot. And if you're not laughing at 4:30 in the morning, then you're crying. So I feel like
we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it just, like, makes it feel like not work sometimes.
Yeah, and I hope to our players that they see that as well. I know sometimes, like, you know, I could be tough in practice. Like, you know, you have high expectations. Like, you know, I know it's tough sometimes, but I hope that they do see the joy that we have in coaching this team and being a part of this program. I think that's important to me.
Yeah, well, I think that's also why, if you heard even the seniors talk, it makes me happy to say, like, a family and, you know, those kind of words make me super happy, because I do feel like that's what it's like. Like, obviously there's tough times, and, you know, we get mad at them, they get mad at us, but at the end of the day, it's just all love. Like,
but isn't that like a family?
Exactly, yeah.
Just like a family where you're like... Ugh.
Well, they told me I yelled at them like a mom, and I'm like, well, maybe, but then...
I missed that. What was the statement that you made? Do you remember?
When they were just, like, yapping at each other, and I was like, enough, quiet. It probably was.
You had to get a little stern today.
Just get my mom voice for a second. But at the end of the day, after practice, it's done. Like,
it's all
those
love.
are my kids, you know? So,
well, we spend enough time together that it does genuinely feel like a family. It really does.
Yeah.
We're on the road. We're on the buses together. We're in the office. We're in the locker room with them. Like, we do a lot of things with them.
During the season, I probably spend more time with them than my own kids.
That is insane when you think about it. Same with my own family, no doubt. And make sacrifices for them because it's our job and we want to do it.
Yeah.
But you do, like, you give up a lot, and I don't want to say them, for our program, you know, for everyone.
And they give a lot, so it's kind of just
well, that's what I
in
mean,
the
give
middle.
and take, man. Like, you don't mind. I always say this about the job. People ask me about the hours, and I think people know college athletics. Any sport, especially, I always say this for basketball, it goes the full length of the semesters. You know, there's a lot of sports, you know, and everyone's recruiting, everyone's doing work here, but this is a very long season. And I say that, you know, for them as well, like, we're putting a lot of time in, but you don't mind it whenever you have people working like that. Like, I don't mind doing little things. If our team needs me to do something, I am more than willing because of all the efforts and sacrifice they put in as well.
Yeah, everybody's on the same page with that. So
yeah, I mean, I would do anything that I could possibly do to try to help them and you know, be there and support them as best as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And I think you the same.
Yeah.
No doubt. Anyway, let's get back. Quick wrap up. I know we only have a short amount of time to make this show. We don't want to be here for an hour. I know the viewers aren't going to hang on for that long. We're not going to hang on for that long.
The important part was over. The seniors talk, and that was...
Well, that's what I wanted to get back to you. Tell me, and we already know, but tell the viewers out there, you know, how important that senior class is to us and their growth and what they've done for this program.
Yeah, it's always so fun to sit back and think about, you know, the seniors and where they've come from and how they've grown. And I was listening to what they all said, and they were all spot on. You know, just Talia's growth through 4 years, Alicia wanting to be a leader and, like, really taking that role on and trying to learn how to do that. You know, and then Yanni and Sierra transferring from a place where they were very successful to win. you know, like sacrificing their own personal maybe accolades or stats to come somewhere that they thought they could win. So everybody had very different journeys, but now they're just Cal U. Like, I can't imagine them anywhere else. And I know Alicia got a little bit sad talking about senior day, and it is sad. You spend so much time with these guys, and they have made a huge impact all in their own ways. And I think right now they've all come into their own this season. It's kind of cool to see. I think, you know, they had like this understanding in the last couple weeks of this is our senior year and we're going to do whatever it takes. And I know Alicia had said that up here, but I think that was genuine. I think they all came together and said, hey, we're not where we want to be right now, but we can be. So, you know, like as seniors, let's really put this on us.
Yeah. And I think they've done that.
Yeah.
And we dropped one at Edinboro in a really tight game, and that one hurt.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'd rather lose by 20. I don't really mean that, but it's easier to lose by 20 because you can just be mad.
We sat in that hurt for a little bit, and here's the thing that you can never – I thought we played tremendously hard. At the end of the day, we didn't make enough plays to win. That we lost by 1. Had a shot, had an opportunity at it, got a good look. And Yanni – that stretch that she went on.
Yeah.
Reverse layup, shot a 3, jumper, do all that. For her to take the shot, that's who you wanted to take that shot.
It was a good shot. She wanted to take the shot.
I mean, had
all confidence in the world. And she just missed, and that's fine. Also,
but that's not the end of it. That's not the reason.
We could have got a stop before that. We could have made some free throws. So obviously that all goes into a game. Edinboro has been typically a tough place for us to play. And, you know, I thought we fought really, really hard. You know, sometimes that just happens.
Come up short.
Yeah. But even with the loss, I feel like we're confident. You know, it didn't make us lose confidence in what we're doing or, you know, kind of get down. Obviously, we were upset. I'm saying we as the whole team was upset. Because that stinks. Lose by 1, you have a chance to win. But I think that we're going to come out tomorrow with the same, you know, intensity, fire, effort.
I finally feel like we are clicking. Now, again, it didn't reflect that on the scoreboard, but like you're hurt, you leave that game, but I'm like fired up for Wednesday. I mean, I get fired up for every game, but like I'm fired up because I feel like our team is finally coming along.
Yeah, and I know I heard a few of them say, like, I can't wait till the next game just to forget about that game. So I feel like we're going to come out strong just with effort, and that's all we ask.
Yep, and that's tomorrow, big game versus IUP. Keys to the game, and then we'll try to get ourselves out of here.
I just think they're the same as always. You know, stick to our game plan, play super hard. We've been shooting the ball well, try to keep that up. They have some really good individual players. You know, just try to defend them.
And a great field goal percentage for a team.
Take away what they like to do. Make it difficult for them to score. Just get some steals, some layups.
And get that dub. And then get rolling, right? As we head into because after tomorrow, which we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on tomorrow, but we do have the second half.
Yeah, we have 3 home games coming up. So
good to be home.
Win at home.
Win at home. Protect the house.
Yeah.
Any thoughts before we head out?
No, just come check us out.
Yep.
It would be really nice to have some students, you know, in these seats cheering our kids on.
Yep. So we have it Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Home game versus IUP, 5:30 p.m. If you can't make it to the Convocation Center, you can watch online at www.calvulcans.com. But also to mention, to go back real quick, our seniors, 4 of them, senior day, baby, here for them. Sad about it, but super excited to celebrate them. That's on March 1st, in conjunction with the celebratory team recognition of the national championship team. So it's going to be a huge day. So come on out. March 1st, support the seniors and give them a round of applause for all the sacrifices they've given to Cal U and how much they've meant to our program. So hope to see you tomorrow. Hope to see you March 1st. Hope to see you at all the home games, all the away games. Be Cal U supporters. And that's the end of this Jess Strom Show. We'll be back next week.